Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Matt from Pinnacle Chiropractic, your local pediatric, prenatal, and family chiropractic office here in the Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida area. And in today's video, we're going to talk all about enuresis or bedwetting. So, one of the hardest struggles to conquer for kids that are around the age of 4 to even up to 9, even sometimes older children, is nighttime bedwetting or urinary incontinence, which is also known as enuresis. So, parents, we know you've tried about everything out there. So, from waking them up, setting alarms, doing sleep studies, possibly, and it can be super frustrating for obviously the child's self confidence and their growth, especially once they get to that age of maybe starting sleepovers and stuff like that. They often don't want to do sleepovers if they still have to wear a pull up. So, if you've seen your pediatrician or your provider for bedwetting and you're getting an answer of they will grow out of it, we can see where that frustration comes because obviously it's starting to affect their self confidence and you're looking for different solutions or things that can help children. So there can be multiple causes of bedwetting, but the most often overlooked is really our brain to body connection. Our brain is sending communication to our body through our spine and our nervous system, and then our body's sending those signals back to the brain through that spine and nervous system. So it's oftentimes an overlooked thing in healthcare, which is what we really deal with. So in this video, we'll discuss why this signaling gets altered and what that can do to sleep, and also how bedwetting can be associated with other health challenges with immune system, digestion, behavioral challenges. So let us help you get to the root cause and gain momentum in this common struggle going forward. So, like I said, this is really for all you parents out there that have done everything. They've done the sleep studies, they've bought the nighttime stay dry alarms, made diet modifications. Their child's now getting older, but that bedwetting just seems to still stay there. They keep on wetting the bed. So it's always key to remember with this topic is that bedwetting really affects self-confidences and experiences. Kids can't do, like I said, those sleepovers. They often try to hide the bedwetting from their parents, or they have to wear a pull-up. Those are highly emotional struggles that go along with the bedwetting itself, which is obviously an inconvenience for parents because then you're having to change the sheets or do laundry, especially if they pee through the pull-up and it's a lot of urine that's coming out. So we shared a story of Isaac. And so if you look at on our Instagram, Facebook pages this week, we shared the story of Isaac. He was a kid that came in around 7, 8 years old, having those nightly bedwetting issues. And within a month or two of care, he was no longer having those bedwetting issues, which was huge for his self confidence and then also as well for mom, because then she wasn't having to do all this extra laundry and stuff like that. So we'll talk next about really the science and really the science behind our care and pediatric chiropractic care and how it can help with things like enuresis and the bedwetting. So we really look at that nervous system in the brain. The nervous system is really the main hub. It controls all other systems of our body, which means it's responsible for controlling the function of our bladder. So while this communication system may seem like the simple answer, like it is a huge part of the equation. So that's why it's often overlooked is it's common sense to a lot of us, but it's often overlooked in the healthcare world and with other healthcare professionals. So if a child is struggling with a stressed out nervous system that's not functioning properly, it's no surprise that the brain then is going to have difficulty with signaling to the child's bladder to hold that urine while the child is sleeping or to get up and use the bathroom. It's really that brain to body disconnect where the child's not even feeling that urge. So it gets more complex in many cases when the child's nervous system spends so much of the day extra wound up and stuck with excessive sympathetic tone, or that sympathetic tone is really the stress response that a child experiences. So it's our fight or flight protection response. At any point in development, stress can get stuck for kids. That nervous system gets stuck in that sympathetic or that fight or flight. Most commonly, this happens what we see in pregnancy or the birth process, or when a child struggles with the motor and movement coordination and milestones, sensory sensitivities and social development, or even immune struggles. So Most older children that struggle with bedwetting had stress happen during one or more of these phases, which then gets that nervous system stuck into that sympathetic tone, and then struggle with the symptoms after getting stuck into that sympathetic or that stress mode. So where bedwetting comes into play with sympathetic tone or that fight or flight state is at night. The body is so worn out and fatigued from all that excessive stress and tension that it's overreacting to throughout the day that it elicits a deep parasympathetic response to try to help and balance things out. So that parasympathetic response is that deeper rest relaxation mode. So if the body is kind of in more of this stressed out state during the day, and then it is going into this deep rest relaxation state at night to make up for that or to kind of recharge the batteries, then that's oftentimes where it's in such a deep rest relaxation state that the kid isn't able to feel that urge to go to the bathroom. And that's when they oftentimes will just relieve their bladder in bed without even feeling with it. So this is why a lot of kids who struggle with bedwetting are also heavy sleepers or maybe even have night terrors or sleepwalking, those type of things. That nervous system and its communication from the brain to the bladder and the balance of the nervous system is what's driving the issue. So if Isaac's story resonated with you, if you're that parent out there that's tried all these different options, then we really would recommend giving our office a call to see if we can help. 941-822-8828 is our number. You can talk to any of our office assistants that will be able to answer any questions that you have. We'll explain our process for getting started. Or if you want to find out more about our care in detail, read a lot of our blog post articles on our website are very helpful and informative about different types of cases and symptoms that we help with. So pinnaclebradenton.com is our website. You can check out our blog on there, check out our YouTube channel as well, our social media channels. We're constantly posting educational content so that you can get to know us better, what we do, and what things that we can help with, and giving you educational posts to help you with that process. So really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to, like I said, continue to pump these out on a weekly basis. So keep on the lookout for different types of videos that are educational about how our care helps these different challenges within children and within the pediatric population. So as always, guys, I'm Dr. Matt, and be well. We'll see you guys on the next video.